Please support the journey. We're on Venmo at BL Comedy, and we are on Cash App at $Big Laugh Comedy. All the proceeds go to comedians and production crew. Keep us alive, keep us going, keep the journey going, keep wandering. Thank you, guys. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of Journey and Wander. That intro, we do not deserve that intro. That is a very misleading intro. This is a lot better than the rest of the show. So if you didn't like the intro, just back out now. That's not as good as that. We had an episode last week. Let's get on last week's guest and this week's co-host, Ken Hamlett, everybody. How's it going, Ken? How has the last week been?
It's been good, man. Just really busy. Yesterday I did a AfroCon, which is like a nerd comic con, like Black Nerd Comic Con. Super fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I produced and hosted a show, did some comedy on a Comic Con, so that was really fun. And just been doing a lot of stuff. The Drunken Night Out and N-Word Podcast and Triple Thread and Party Time. So lots of shows on the internet. So.
Nice. Was that Comic-Con thing, was that in person or was that a Zoom thing?
No, it was they did it all on Hopin, which is it's difficult to describe. It would be say you're on a college campus or whatever, and there's a bunch of different classrooms. And so there's a main stage and then a bunch of different classrooms, so people could just hop in, watch the main show, or go and do side shows and stuff like that. So it was really cool. It was like being at a real convention or a real festival with multiple shows going on at the same time. So yeah, it was really cool. Real cool.
That's cool. How long was did they do something big for Chadwick Boseman?
I wasn't there the whole day, because they had a ton of stuff going on. So they did they started at 8 o'clock in the morning and ended at our show was 8 p.m. and they still had music after us and an after party and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know exactly everything they had there, but I'm assuming that there was definitely something involving Chadwick Boseman, because he's real instrumental to the Black nerd community.
Oh yeah, and he just died, so I bet there had to be something crazy big for him. But that sounds like a cool thing. I wish all races had a different Comic-Con. You could go see the Filipino Comic-Con and just see all the. That'd be cool. It would be you can just go to different types of Comic-Cons and just see how much less representation they all have than I do.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a Pacific Islander Comic-Con or something like that. I would assume, but if not, there's got to be.
It would just be a bunch of Jason Momoa stuff.
I know, they definitely are underrepresented in
Wait, is Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Is he Pacific Islander?
He's Hawaiian.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it would be him and Jason Momoa. It would just be them two.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian or Samoan, one of the two. But he's Pacific Islander for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that would be an interesting one as well. And then the main act is just watching both of them fight each other in a WWE style brawl.
They would definitely get a lot of people to that.
Dude, that would be awesome. Have you seen that picture where it shows Jason Momoa surrounded by all his bodyguards and it's just a bunch of dudes smaller than him? And they're like, imagine being so ripped that your bodyguards are just mini bosses until they get to you.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Your bodyguard has to be fucking ginormous.
Yeah. Well, let's get on to basically before we introduce our main guest, you want to talk a little bit more about the Real Hyjinx and how he has taken a part in your personal journey.
Yeah, man. So Hyjinx has been like instrumental part of me growing as a comic in the Northwest, especially like in my first couple of years. Like I think I spent 2 years in the Salem, Oregon comedy scene, something like that, before moving, and he was a huge part of it. Like I said in my episode, he booked me on like my earliest shows. I worked more in Portland than I did in Salem, which fuck you guys, Salem comedy. No, I'm kidding. I got love for them, but he was like huge for that. And like I learned a lot about producing shows because they produce Dirty Angel Entertainment produces a crap ton of stuff, from like comedy festivals, Northwest Black Comedy Festival, down to like multiple open mics a week and a bunch of different shows and comedy competitions. People probably don't even remember that, but the House of Hyjinx comedy competitions, that was like huge. And so it's like I learned a lot about producing and a lot about like just comedy itself. And he was like a big brother to me in comedy when I started out. Still is. So yeah, like he's a very big part, very important to my comedy success as I am now.
All right. Well, let's bring on the main guest today, the Real Hyjinx, everybody.
What's good? What's good? Hello, hello, hello. How y'all feeling? How you doing, man?
Doing great. How are you?
Man, I am great. Just sitting here in the Pacific Northwest, having my coffee.
How do you feel about Ken's nice words? You think they're accurate?
I'm touched. Ken has been one of those guys that I met when I was doing comedy. We clicked, and booking him was easy. He's funny. He is super funny, and we met, we became friends, and we just always stayed connected. You know what I'm saying? Ken does some great, he's talking about me producing some great shows. Ken produces some great shows, some great podcasts that I've had the opportunity to be with. He's just such a wonderful, smart person to work with. Good dude. Love Ken, man. Love him, man.
Have you been on any of Ken's shows, or is this your first, or on any of his online shows, or is this your first time on Big Laugh Comedy Network?
I did this podcast not too long ago. Was it the Drunken Night Out? I can't remember if it was the Drunken Night, but I did this podcast. Ken knows he can call me and I'm gonna do it. Like there's no question. That's my guy, man. I could have been at a bar mitzvah or something. He would have called me. I'm like, you know what? Shalom, I'm gone. I gotta go do this show with my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's a great guy to work with. I love working with him, and I'm glad he mentioned me to be a part of this, so thank you, Ken. You're my guy.
Yeah, I think it is funny that earlier we were both messaging you, and you asked Ken. You're talking to Ken you're talking to me through Ken, and I was talking to you, and I was like, "Hey, we're starting recording at 4."
And I was like,
"You asked Ken, hey, can we push back it because I've got something else at 4." So I find it very flattering and kind of sad that you put me higher priority over Ken.
I didn't mean to. It's easier to talk to Ken. I thought maybe we're both busy. I'm like, maybe he'll understand. Like I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't mean it as a form of disrespect. I just meant it like we're both busy people. Maybe he'll understand if I ask him to push it back. So
that's okay, Jinx. It's all right, man. You don't have to, explain.
Yeah.
I do have to explain. He put me on the spot, man. It's not like that, brother. It's not like that. I love you, man. It's not like that.
I knew it was probably something more to do with the comfort level between him and me. I just thought it was funny. I had to just point it out.
I was like, because he was like, let me call the guy. And I was like, you ain't talking about Cole, are you? He's like, yeah. I was like, am I trying to book myself off the same show? And I was like, what the fuck, man? So I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I smoke a lot of weed, okay? I smoke a lot of weed. I'm in the middle of hitting a pen and smoking, riding the blunt right now. I'm going through a lot, man. I'm going through a lot.
Aren't we all? Well, let's get into that this week. So we've got Ken here. If we can get the screen where Ken's on with us too, that'd be great. So we got Ken here co-hosting with us. He's going to help, I guess, just give kind of more of his perspective as we interview you. He's somebody that knows you. And basically, so let's just hop right into it. We're just going to jump right into it. So what is your journey? Basically, like, what is the thing that keeps you going? Like, what is, if you were to describe your life as a movie, what is your, like, main goal?
My main goal, if my life was a movie, is not to die before the ending credits. That's pretty much all I'm striving for right now. I'm just trying not to die before the ending credits. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make it all the way to the end.
So, well, what to you is the when do the credits roll? What happens like when the credits roll? What needs to be accomplished before then?
The credits will roll after my hour special on Netflix, and I'm walking off the stage and I'm hugging my wife, who is my manager and my everything, and then the credits would roll, and I'd be like, "Baby, we did it." You know, a little tear would come down, just a little tear, real slow, and then the credits would roll. You know what I'm saying? With Kendrick Lamar's son, I don't fuck with you playing in the background as the credits roll. That's for everybody that didn't believe in me. So I'm like, I don't fuck with you. You should have stuck with me from the beginning.
I like that. So basically, your quest is just to get that hour special. You think it?
Yeah, I want to get the hours. I want to get rich too, but I want the hour special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like, don't forget about the money. The money
I mean,
matters.
for the right price, nigga, I do a 15-minute special. I ain't even tripping.
You're saying it like we're gonna grant you a wish. You're like, hey, but don't forget the money. It's like,
yeah.
Okay,
hey, I don't
well,
know.
we were just gonna give you the special.
Yeah, y'all might have a genie in a bottle over there. Y'all might make it all happen for me. So shit,
But,
I'm trying to win.
Yeah, right. Well, so wait, you went because some comedians, the special, their whole, they really have a big vision for their first special. And who do you want your first special to be with? You thinking Netflix, or are you a Comedy Central or an HBO guy?
I think I want my first special to be with Netflix.
Yeah.
I would want to, and I would, for my opening acts, like, of course, I'm going to have some opening acts before I film mine. I would pluck like up and coming comedians. I wouldn't get nobody that's already established. I'd get some people that's never, you know what I'm saying, they're still trying to find their voice and give them that avenue to let them open for me. So Netflix, I definitely do it on Netflix, and I would have my perfect dream team around me to make that happen. So Netflix.
Nice. Where do you think it's gonna be? Your hometown, or do you want to do like a big?
I'm going back to my hometown, Asheville, North Carolina. That's where I would do my first special, back home in front of. That way, a lot of my friends and family that I grew up with have never got to see me do live comedy. And what better place to do it, and where your friends and family can see you than your birthplace, where you're from, Asheville, North Carolina. Also home of one of the biggest festivals to laugh your Asheville off. So I will go there. I definitely do it back. I do the first one in Asheville. The second one would be done in Las Vegas. The third one would be done in Atlanta, and the last one would be done here in Portland.
What kind of importance does Vegas have to you?
I grew up in Vegas, went to high school there, graduated high school there, learned how to dodge bullets, learned what colors not to wear on what blocks, learned how to crip walk in the sand. I learned a lot of shit in Vegas. It's great.
Damn, that's more information than I need to find useful walking down the strip.
Yeah. So I learned about the seedy part of Las Vegas. Everybody only know about the strip and look at this. I know about the seedy underbelly of Las Vegas. I know where to get those counterfeit now-laters at. They don't tell you about those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't tell you about that, you know what I'm saying? I know where to go get a hamster that can run 30 miles per hour. They don't tell you that on the strip. They don't tell you that on the strip, man. Not at all, man.
Just for anybody that's trying to sneak drugs on a hamster, that's important to have.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. They can't clock a hamster. You ever try to see them try to clock a hamster with one of those guns? They're like, oh, I can't.
That's
do
where
it.
the real
Look,
money is in Vegas, is hamster racing, Ken.
Yeah, man. See, y'all don't know about it. Y'all go there and be, oh, look at the lights. Nah, look at those hamsters. You see how fast that fucking hamster was moving? That hamster was moving.
You see, the kind of street smarts I got in Vegas was how to walk on one of them moving sidewalks.
Oh.
Airports are not a problem for Cole Robeson. I've got that shit down. But so yeah, you I guess you want your first special to be on Netflix. You want it to be in Asheville, North Carolina. So I guess, well, let's just move on to the second question. We'll get into my elaboration.
I'm hyper. I'm sorry, I can't stay
Pop
still.
it up. So what inspired your journey? What made you, what was the moment that you were like, damn, I got to get myself a comedy special? Was that before you started comedy, or were you doing comedy for a bit before you were like, I want to take this seriously?
I mean, honestly, I fell into comedy. Like, I didn't even know that comedy was going to be something I was going to do. I literally fell into comedy. I was working with my sister-in-law, and she was doing this project for college. And she was doing like a newscast. It was faking a newscast or something. And she needed somebody to do a fake commercial. And I went on there and I did this, I ad-libbed a commercial, a Crisco commercial. I was dressed like a slave doing a Crisco commercial. It was funny. But I did that, and her husband at the time saw me, and he had connections with this dude that was doing a comedy show. And he was like, yo, how would you like to open up for Rodney Perry up in Seattle on a boat? And I was like, I had never done stand-up. Like, I had never been on the stage. I had never been to an open mic at this point.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool. Like, what the hell? So I went and I worked on like a little 15-minute set. And before I went to Seattle and I did it, my wife's family from New York had came here to visit. So I did it in front of them first before I went there. So, and let me tell you, when I say New York, I mean, these are New Yorkers. Like, they've been to the Apollo, they booed the Sandman, like they were downright hard. So they told me, I was like, if you ain't funny, family or not, we gonna let you know it. So I did my set in front of them. They enjoyed it. They was like, okay, you got it. I went like that next weekend, performed in Seattle, it was on a boat in Seattle, and I opened up for Rodney Perry. That was the first time I got paid. First time I was on stage, I got paid. Before I even did an open mic, I collected money.
Damn. Did you like have some talking points at that time? Did you have things where you're like, oh, this has been funny in conversation, so I'll say it now? Or were you I'll just go up there and see what the fuck happens?
I was kind of, at the time I was like, the Blazers was big here in Portland. I mean, that's when the Jail Blazers was going through all of that. And Seattle was, that was their nemesis. So I said, well, if I make some Trailblazer jokes and take them up there, that shit will travel well. So that's all I did. I just made fun of the Trailblazers for like 15 minutes about them smoking weed. And it was a great joke. I thought it was. I still remember some of it. But it was a great joke, and then I did that, and then from there, and I'll never forget, because Rodney Perry came to me afterwards, and he was like, yo, man, how long you been doing comedy? I was like, honestly, this is my first time on stage. He was like, wow, you're pretty seasoned. It was like, man, you said you got something, man. And from there, I just stuck with it. I actually I took almost a 5-month hiatus off of it, though, when I started. Because I didn't know that you were going to bomb a million times before you.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. So the first time I bombed, I thought that was it. I had stopped doing comedy for a while. I was like, well, that's it. Had a good run.
Like, well, I suck. This is now.
Yeah. I literally, that's how I thought it went. I literally thought once you bomb, like, that was it. So I had stopped doing comedy.
Your career is over.
So then I met up with some other comedians. They said, you bombed once? Oh, just once? That's nothing. So then So then I got back into it, but I literally took like a 5 or 6 month hiatus off because I literally thought when you bomb, that was it. Like there was no coming back from that. Like that's your career. You bomb. That's it.
Dude, so like I don't know, it's crazy your perception of it versus mine. Because when I first started, because I have all my sets like audio recorded on my phone, like even my first open mic. And when I started, I got like just a couple laughs here and there, like maybe a few of my jokes got a laugh at like 1 or 2 tables. And I thought I murdered. I was like, oh damn, I'm so good. I made people laugh. And I listened back to him like, oh my God, I bombed. But the first time I like bombed and like felt like I bombed, I remember feeling that kind of shame too. 'Cause a guy like I've done so well that people have gotten their phones out and started to film me, but I've also done so bad people have gotten their phones out to film me. And this was one of those times. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be one of those assholes on America's Family, or what is the fucking video?
America's Funniest Videos.
Bob Saget, the video show. Yeah. I was like, oh damn, that's it for me. But
it's a learning process, and I didn't really realize how much of a learning process it was. So I started actually linking up with other comedians, and I got into the Portland comedy scene. Once I got into the Portland comedy scene and started learning, I was like, okay, cool, okay, I get it. But then I got the scene just got so cliquish. You know what I'm saying? It was like it started being like in high school all over again. So that's when me and my wife decided we were gonna, make our own lane. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of going to open mics, waiting an hour and a half to 2 hours to do 3 minutes. I was like, man, this shit is whack. Plus, as a comedian, I was like, I really can't even work through a joke in 3 minutes. Like I need a little bit of time on stage. So
I hate those 3-minute spots. They are seriously nothing, and it's in front of all comedians who don't want to laugh at your shit anyway. Yeah. So it's like, man, it's so hard like working stuff out at those things. Like most of my new ideas I just do on shows just because it's like, oh, at least it's an actual audience giving me feedback. Like.
But see, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to practice in front of an audience. And that's why we started our open mic, and we started running our open mic like a showcase. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a lot of open mics you can go to now that play you up to music. You get a host with that's energetic and really brings you up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I did your open mic in Portland one time, and it felt like that. It did feel more like a showcase. It felt like there was some audience members there. It wasn't just a bunch of comedians like on their phones. You know, it was definitely a really cool vibe.
Yeah, I was gonna say the vibe that Jinx and Courtenay put on their mics is like to make it so young comics can be successful and have like the time to actually practice things. Because like now I live in Chicago now, and it's like a lot of the mics are 3 minutes, and it's like, and that's why you see a lot of the guys that like are in those scenes, they only have a type 5 because they're only working 3 minutes at a time, and they're never going to try to stretch and never get an opportunity to do 15s and 20s and 30s.
Right.
And so, figure things out.
That's why I always thought Bend was a great place to like for beginning comics, because you do get 5-minute open mics. You could like before, and I'm talking before COVID, of course, but like there would be audiences at open mics, and there would be sometimes that the open mics the audience was so lively and so loud. It's like, oh my God, we should have sold tickets to this. They got that much entertainment for free. And it's like, and it gives these people opportunities to do these 5 minutes in front of a real audience and see how they do. And then like they get a 10-minute set when they're ready for it. And then they could go do a 10-minute set on a Sunday. And then, and then they can do 20 minutes when they're ready for it. And everybody just gets everything right when they're ready for it. And sometimes, I mean, in my case, I got it before I was ready for it. And so I had to like just grow into these like I was like, I had like maybe 10 minutes and I had to do a 20. And it's like, all right, I guess we'll have to just, figure this out. And it took me a few of them before I could do it. But it's like, if I never had that opportunity, I would have just if I was just doing 3-minute open mics in front of comics, I probably would not have, as much material as I do now, or because it would be way harder to work out stuff.
Yeah, and it's good to get those opportunities. And that's one thing we've done since I've been in the comedy, and I've learned how to pass the good fortune on. Like took people on the road with me, comics I see at our open mic, like he's good. He's got a tight 5, a tight 7. I'm gonna take him with him, let him open up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've took all type of comedians, like up to Tacoma when I went up there, up to Seattle, and I can name comedians that came to my open mic that's never been on a paid showcase before. But I was like, you got to get that opportunity. Once you get that opportunity and you get a feel for it, you're like, you get hungry and then you want it more, then you're gonna grind more. And that's what I like to see out of these younger comics. I want to see you grind, but you got to give them that opportunity, man.
Oh,
you have to be able to give them that opportunity. So, I mean, we do it. We do a showcase every year, the Young Guns. You know what I'm saying? We now do that every year where we take comics that's literally been in the comedy game maybe a year or less, and we put them
I think I was on that. I think I was on that showcase after I think it was maybe 10 months into stand up. You had me on that showcase. Yeah, man. That was a good time. Yeah.
So we want to keep doing things like that, man. And we got to give these younger comedians the opportunity to get out here and do it. Because it was hard. I mean, I don't know about for Ken, but when I first got into the car, if you didn't know nobody, man, you were just trying to kill yourself. You're just trying to get on stage. That's all you really wanted to do. You just wanted to perform. Before I started producing shows, I really didn't care about that back. I just wanted to give me the mic and the stage and let me do my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all you wanted to do. But then, as you get into it and you start learning, as you start producing your own showcases, you know what I'm saying? There's 2 ways you can go. You can be an asshole producer like you've worked with a million times, or you can be something different and give these guys an opportunity and put money in their pocket and give them all of that. So,
right.
So that's what I feel like we do. We give people opportunities, man.
Nice.
Because it's hard out here, man. And you got to have that opportunity.
It's cool to have an oasis of of a little bit of newbie forgiveness, in a big city like that. But hey, let's move on to let's actually skip the next question because we kind of answered it already. Let's just go on to the third question. So we did that one. We kind of answered that already.
Sorry, I didn't mean to foresee into the future.
Oh, no, it's no problem. It was kind of my fault.
That was my bad. I talk too much. You got to tell me to be quiet. It's fine, man.
Yeah, you got to put a timer up for Hyjinx.
You got to give me the light.
I'm too sober and caffeinated. We're actually having a real conversation. You're waiting, but no, so what are some notable obstacles in your journey and how have you overcome them, or how are you trying to overcome some current ones?
I think the biggest obstacles in my journey in the beginning was just getting booked and just getting fair pay for fair work. I can't tell you how many shows I've done for drink tickets, you know what I'm saying, and how many shows I've done for $5 or $6 and went up there and did 15, 20 minutes. I remember one time I did 30 minutes, and this guy gave me $25.
Jeez. Damn.
And but then turned around and gave the best dressed in the party $300. You see what I'm saying? I was so pissed off.
Better, Hyjinx.
Man, I had on a cardigan. I don't know how I didn't win. I'm trying to say, man.
He's just like, well, his shoes are nice. I mean, you got to get paid more to get more shoes like that.
Dude, I was so mad at that one. I was like, man. So that was really my biggest obstacle. I just wanted, I ain't trying to break nobody, but I just want fair pay for what I do. You know what I'm saying? You just want to get paid what you're worth. If I do 30 minutes, for some people, I'll do 30 minutes for $50. If you want people,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and it's nothing but love, and you know what I'm saying, I'll do that, no problem. If you got money and you giving out $300 to best dressed, and you can't give at least $100 to the entertainment,
I feel like he's like a fashion designer or something and just likes to appraise people's clothes, and it's just like
he was trying to get some pussy. That's what he was trying to do. He's like, hey girl, you look good tonight. Let me, you know you won that $300, girl. Now let's go over to the bar and get a drink. He ain't fooling nobody. That's all he did.
Yeah, and but I mean. Yeah, so getting booked. So how long were you doing comedy before you made Evil Angel?
Dirty Angel?
Or Dirty Angel.
Evil
Angel is a porn site, I think.
Dirty Angel, actually. Dirty Angel might be too. I was about maybe, I want to say like maybe 3 or 4 years into my career. And I wanted a manager, you know what I'm saying? And I was working with one guy for a while, but it seemed like at the end of the night, he was walking away with buku loot, and I'm walking again like, damn, I've been here like 4 hours, and why am I only walking with $100 after 4 hours of work?
Right.
So it got to the point, I was like, I need somebody that's really gonna look out for my best interests. And I was like, who better than my wife? You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make sure I get paid. The money's coming to the same place. So, and she already had an idea for a business, you know, Dirty Angel. And it just so happens, I was like, shit, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you notice that made a difference right away? Having somebody to, make sure that you're getting paid enough and that you're getting paid at all.
Man, my wife don't play that shit. I don't see my wife try to follow a man into the bathroom to get my goddamn money. She don't. You ain't gonna get out of paying my husband just because you got a piss don't mean you don't gotta pay, nigga. I'm still coming in there with like my wife don't play that. She makes sure I get paid. You know what I'm saying? She stays on top of me. She'll tell me to take a show. She'll tell me not to take a show. You know what I'm saying? And I trust her word. Whatever she says, I trust her 110% because I know she wouldn't guide me wrong. So, the biggest obstacles. So those are the biggest obstacles for newer comedians. One, you got to make sure you have somebody in your corner you can trust. Somebody that's looking out for your best interests and somebody that believes in you as much as you believe in you. Because if not, you're just wasting your time spinning your wheels for nothing.
Yeah, right.
So that's the most important thing. And with my wife, I had that. She believed in me, you know what I'm saying, before she was managing me, you know what I'm saying? When my wife put us on our first tour, we went on a tour, 30 days from here to Las Vegas in a car with 3 other comedians, you know what I'm saying? And my wife helped us raise the money and help pay for all that. That was Dirty Angel's first, to me, our first major thing. I mean, you put 4 black comedians on a tour for 30 days. So it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? The biggest obstacle was getting booked, you know what I'm saying? And just getting fair pay, you know what I'm saying? And how I fixed it was I stopped waiting for people to book me and I started doing my own booking. You know what I'm saying? In the game of comedy, you either get on the ride with somebody else or you create your own lane and make your own ride. I didn't want to get on the ride with nobody else. So me and my wife, we created our own lane. And within that, we produce shows all over. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she's put us on tour. We're about to go into the 5th year of our comedy festival. We've been invited and been co-producers in several other comedy festivals around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make your own way. And that's what we did in this game, man. And that's
if I had 0 connections in Portland, but I had to or just any bigger city, and I had to move there and start doing comedy, I think the first thing I would do is just start an open mic. I bet you get to know so many people like that. Boom, you're the man with the list.
We meet a lot of people. We do it fair. We do our open mic fair. There's no special treatment. Everybody gets the same time. You sign up where you go up. You're not gonna come in but hey man, I know you. I know him too. So it's no special treatment. And our open mic allows us to see a lot of talent and book our shows. You know, it's easier to book shows like that because I don't like watching videos. I hate somebody be like, oh man, let me send you a video. Check this out. I hate watching videos. I want
Because you're watching their best one.
Exactly. I want to see you live. I want to see how you interact with a crowd or no crowd. I want to see how you handle yourself. See how you do your stuff up on stage. So that's how we book a lot of our shows. And we book a lot of shows. If it weren't for this pandemic, we'd still be going strong. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So yeah. Man.
Well, let's go on to the next question here. Where are you now in your journey? We talked about how you started and how you got, started out and how, we learned about your middle process about creating a production company. If you were, looking back at yourself, or were able to go back in time to talk to yourself when you weren't getting shows, where would you tell them that you are now to kind of like help you know that you're on the right path?
Oh, I would tell I'm going in the right direction. From where I was to where I am now, I'm going in the right direction. I went from begging to be on showcases and getting paid to running my own showcases and paying comedians, So, and I would tell myself, be patient. There's more to come. You're nowhere even close to what you're going to accomplish by the end of your career. I'm saying, if my life was a book, I'm barely at the halfway point. I'm barely at the halfway point, man. There's so much more to write and there's so many more chapters to go. But I know how it's going to end. It's going to end with me being victorious, with my wife by my side, my kids and everybody there to see it. And, hopefully holding some kind of award like, thank you.
With that single tear still? With the single tear?
I'm working on that, man. I'm working on that. I've been watching Denzel Washington in that one movie where one tear just I made that one tear, man. I don't know how to do it, man. Because I'm working on it.
So like, I guess, or how would you say COVID has affected your momentum?
COVID slowed us down a little bit. We had really good momentum going into February. Like I said, we had just finished our fourth festival and it was sold out, 4 nights sold out, standing crowd only. So we had good momentum. We had people calling us about doing other shows in their venues and COVID hitting it just to a halt.
Yeah. Was there a point in time when you were doing absolutely nothing, or were you constantly working through it all?
In the beginning, I kind of took some time off. It was kind of good to have that time off because we had been running. Like I'm saying, like between the festival, running 2 open mics and also doing monthly and weekly showcases throughout the town, it was good to sit down. It was good to actually just sit down and not have to worry about nothing. But about 2 months into it, 6 weeks to 2 months, I was getting stir crazy. I started making videos. I started producing and making my own little videos. And then I've also started writing a sitcom. I'm working on a sitcom right now.
Oh, nice.
I'm writing. So that, and then I've got invited to read for a couple parts in a couple little private films around Portland. I've also signed up to audition for Shrill, the next season of Shrill, when they start producing and filming here in Portland. So I kind of found other things to do when it hit. I mean, I got my clothing line. We got our clothing line up and going, and you know what I'm saying. So I found things to keep me busy, but it's not like stage. It's nothing like being in front of live people, and you know what I'm saying. I miss that right now. And the last couple of shows I've done has been great. So
Yeah. Did you ever do any of the Zoom stand-up shows?
I did 1 or 2. It's not the same, man.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I'm a people person by nature. So I like to see that, I like to interact and see you and talk to, and doing the Zoom, like I said, I was grateful to be invited to be a part of it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah. I didn't do any of the Zoom stand-up shows, but I did do, like, right when it hit the fan and everything closed, we did a show at a venue where it's like we did stand up on a stage but with no audience, and then they just put it on the internet later, and that was so shitty. I just didn't even touch it.
Yeah, I couldn't even do that. We just did a festival for Pica. They've been doing this festival here, and this was the first time in I think 20 years that they had comedy in there as part of their festival. So like we actually filmed it. We had a live audience of about 8 to 10 people.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It was a small audience, but just performing in front of those 8 to 10 people was so much better than doing it on Zoom. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was fun. It was super fun.
I came back. I hosted 2 open mics, like just coming back. Mm-hmm. And then my first time doing stand-up back, I did half an hour in Salem for like 100-something people. And like that first laugh was just such, like, I just got this huge adrenaline high. Like it was like hard to sleep that night, you know, like after just like feeling it for the first time again, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's a great feeling. Like I said, I went up to Medford and we did the show up there, and I really didn't know what to expect. You know, I didn't know if people were going to come out, and plus I didn't know about, you know, being like the only black guy in Medford for a night. So I was a little bit nervous going up there, but
yeah.
Once we got there, like they were ready to laugh. They enjoyed having the comedians there as much as we enjoyed being there, and it was just good to be in front of a live audience, man. That was my first live performance since the pandemic has started. And it just COVID, pandemic, whatever this shit is called now. The Trump disease, I don't know what the fuck.
Just 2020.
Yeah.
Just all of it.
Everybody got a bad case of 2020 this year. Personally, I say we just reset this whole year and do it over. Nobody get a birthday or nothing. We do everything over.
I'm with that.
It's funny. It's like every year, everybody's like, oh man, I guess it's just 2017. It's just that kind of year. And then every year it gets worse and worse. It's like them coming out with like stronger versions of weed where you're like, there's no way in hell get better than this. And then just, you know.
Oh, you wait and see.
Yeah, God is just some stoner in the clouds going, oh, they haven't had this dang shit yet.
And they was really trying to kill us up in here in the Northwest. We had riots, we had fires.
Oh yeah,
we had
Portland
COVID.
is like the capital of all that stuff.
Yeah, I was like, if this is the end of days, at least let me get to the dispensary before I die. Like, that's the only thing I can think about. If I die, I'm gonna die high. Fuck that.
That's I've been buying in larger quantities since all this happened. It's like you don't know when stuff's gonna shut down, and you're just gonna be stranded without any weed.
You're gonna be stuck in a post-apocalyptic world sober.
Let me tell you something. You know, dispensaries you can only buy an ounce at a time when you go out here.
Oh so that's the same here. We're all in Oregon.
So I got like 6 or 7 disguises. I go into the same place like 8 times and shit. They're like, "What you just did?"
Like, no, this is not Tyrone.
Well, dude,
my name is Ethan.
Hey, I'm like a dude. I'm like Tracy Morgan on Martin. I come up like I'm the same character, like doing. No, that's my brother, man. That's Jerome. That ain't Tyrone, man. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to the same dispensary. You know, I'm in the same way. I don't get less than a half ounce to an ounce every time I go. It's a waste of time.
In Bend, we have like dispensaries. I think we have the most amount of dispensaries per capita in Oregon. Maybe even America, I don't know. But we have dispensaries next to dispensaries next to dispensaries. So you could just go into one door, go next to buy an ounce, go next door, buy another ounce, go to next door, buy another ounce. Like you could just keep going. Like we just have so many of them here. Like, I don't know.
It's weird. I didn't even get to go to none of the dispensaries when I came up there. I've done a couple shows up there and I never got to go to any of the dispensaries. Actually, maybe one. I think I might have went to one, but I usually travel with it with me. Police ain't watching right now. I don't think that too.
But I never cross county lines though. Never.
No, ignore this map in the background. That don't mean nothing. It's not marked for nothing. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, Ken, are you learning anything new about Hyjinx here?
I don't think I've learned anything new because like you said, we're like good friends. So
Yeah.
I know Hyjinx pretty well. I know his like story pretty well, and a lot of stuff. The one thing that I am surprised about is the location where he would shoot his first special. I definitely thought he was gonna say in Portland just to shit on all the Portland people that didn't believe on him. So he threw me there. So that was the one thing.
Oh no! What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold the after party here in Portland and just like let motherfuckers in. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna catch a private jet right back to Portland.
Yeah, right here. And I ain't gonna have security at the front door. I'm gonna be there myself, nigga. You can't get in. You can't get in.
Yeah, that's
you
gonna be you having a good time is not letting people into your good time.
Right. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You're just like, all right, you're a number. Okay, we'll put you on the list. You're number 45. You get to be in there for 3 minutes. How's that?
That's it. That right. I'm like, remember that time you only gave me 3 minutes at your open mic, and you got a 3-minute lap around my party, and you got I'm walking through the club giving motherfuckers the light, nigga. You got 2 minutes, nigga. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's what I'm doing, man. So
nice.
But this has been great, man. I've had so much fun.
Oh man! So you're watching the game while we're doing this episode. How's your team doing?
I don't. I'm just now looking at the score. Who's up? My wife said the Lakers were up. It's 13-8 Lakers.
Oh, nice.
It's still early, man. It's still early.
Yeah.
It's game over, man. LeBron's about to drop 45, get 16, 17 rebounds, about 14 assists. I'm telling you.
Okay, if you don't get the ball to Danny Green, he might be able to do that shit. Hey, look, when Danny Green missed that shot, J.R. Smith was on the bench like, nigga, ooh, you don't even know what you've done, nigga. You don't even know.
J.R. was like, I know the feeling, buddy. I know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was sitting over there on the sideline. I was like, oh, man, I don't even want to go in the locker room. Like, nigga, he about to choke this motherfucker, man. Because LeBron walked off too calm and shit. Like, that nigga just walked off like, that mean he gonna fuck somebody up in the locker room. Did you hear Danny Green and his wife got death threats from that shit?
That's insane.
Yeah, they received death threats because he missed that shot.
I mean,
wow.
People are crazy, man. Like people take it real serious. People lost a lot of money on that game though, so they're probably trying to just blame him. So that was I mean, the people that bet on it are pretty stupid. So that's how I feel.
All right. Hey, well, we got 7 minutes left. Let's get on to the next question. Also, I have no idea what you guys are talking about in the slightest.
It's okay.
Is it baseball? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, let's move on to the next question here.
All right, sorry.
So, who is somebody you're grateful for being in your journey? This is usually where we talk about who's coming on the episode next. But this one, we've got a little bit of a cliffhanger this week. We haven't confirmed with this person yet, so they might be on next week. They might not be. It might be just one of my friends. We'll see. Okay. But somebody who you're grateful for being in your journey?
It's my wife. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, it's my wife. She's been my best friend. She's been super supportive through all of this. She's allowed me to do a lot of things that like most wives probably wouldn't have put up with, and dealt with. Like I said, I was on the road for 30 days. She stayed here with all 3 of our kids, still in school, got them up, took care of that, and was going to work while I was on the road. My wife is a true ride or die, and she's believed in me from the beginning. She's believed in me when I didn't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? She's pushed me when I didn't want to push myself. She's made me get up and go to open mic. She's made me get up and just go do things. Like, you need to be out there. So without her, I don't even think this journey would have been possible, or I don't even think this journey would have been fun.
You would have just been wandering, just the wandering part.
That's what I would have been. And hopefully I'm going to talk to her. That's who I want on the show next week. I want my wife to
that'd be great. Has she done stand-up? Has she ever thought of doing stand-up, or is she just Your number two.
She's strictly behind the scenes. She's a great producer of shows. She's a great DJ. She knows, like she's a DJ, she's a producer, she's my business partner, so I mean shit, she's the
but
brains.
She's not a comedian, right?
At all. No.
Oh, nice. So we get to have our first non-comedian on the episode. I've been waiting for this.
This will be good. She's a no nonsense, like she's as real as they come. That's one thing I'll say about my wife. She's as real as they come.
Do you think she would be good at comedy if she tried?
Yeah, she would be like what's that lady's name on Blackish, the grandma on Blackish. That would that would be my wife at comedy. She would insult you and make you laugh and just that's it. Spank you like you're one of her kids, send you to the corner, and then what I'm saying.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to who she has on the next episode. I think that's the most exciting part about having a non-comedian on is who are they going to like their hairdresser or what? Like it'll either way.
It'll be her weed man. Like she just gonna have him on like, you was late last week. You owe me a half ounce. Didn't want to answer your phone.
She just has him on show so she has a way to talk to him. He's been avoiding her calls.
Didn't want to answer my phone calls, huh? I got you on Zoom now. Where was you at last week?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to have this Maury Povich scene on Journey and Wander.
It's gonna be wonderful. I guarantee you, it's gonna be wonderful. And next week I'll be in Salt Lake City, so I'll be remote, like on my phone, like Ken is right now. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'll be just on my phone, walking around doing the same thing. But you got kicked out the house, Ken? I told you, man. You got to bring your wife flowers every now and then, man. Every now and then.
I was out here panhandling because I got kicked
out. You see, what you need is a Jimmy Butler beard. Motherfuckers will throw change at you if you get your beard like Jimmy Butler. That just take it.
Well, do either of you guys have any hijinks? I guess we'll do you first. What do you have anything you want to plug before we hop off here?
Yeah, please follow me on social media, The Real Hyjinx on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Except Instagram is _real_Hyjinx. Make sure you follow all of our pages: Northwest Black Comedy Festival, Dirty Angel Entertainment, The Real Hyjinx, and get ready for the 5th annual Northwest Black Comedy Festival taking place right here in Portland, February 18th through the 21st, 2021 at Harvey's Comedy Club in beautiful downtown Portland, Oregon. And submissions for that will be opening really, really soon.
Alrighty. I'll let Ben's one black comic know about that.
Tell him we got him. Tell him I got him. Tell him we got him in.
Yeah, he's great. I would actually really like him to be introduced to you because I want to get him out of town more anyway. I'm trying to bring him with me everywhere I go because he's phenomenal and in such a short amount of time. But Ken Hamlett, what do you have anything you want to plug? I mean, you got your own shows on here.
Yeah,
he's the man.
So I have Mondays. We have Party Time at 9 p.m. Central. Me and Josh Firestein host that show. It's a real fun game show. We just play like a bunch of party games and drink and have a good time. Wednesdays, I release my podcast every Wednesday called the N-Word Podcast. You can find that on Spotify, YouTube. It's like a video YouTube thing. It's a lot of fun, real interactive. And then Thursdays, I have Triple Threat at 8 p.m. Central Time, and I host that with Allison Voidovich. And Fridays, I do a Drunken Night Out at 8 p.m. Central. And then Saturdays or Sundays, I'm trying to decide which day I'll release the Drunken Night Out podcast, which is also available everywhere: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that sort of thing. And then my Instagram and Facebook, follow me. It's at Ken Hamlett, HAMLETT. Just follow me on all the social medias. Instagram, we're real close to 1,000, trying to get there. My ratio is real tight, and I'm starting to follow people back. So go ahead and follow me on there as well.
I'm still waiting for my follow back, man. You know what I'm saying? I done sent you a request and everything. See how black folk is, man?
I got you, man. I promise.
Hey, man.
Well, I had a great time this episode. It was a fun one. So glad to open you up, Hyjinx, get to know you a bit, and
Thank you.
hopefully we'll get to see you next week with your wife. And I think that'll be a rocking episode. I can't wait. But thank you guys for coming on.
You stay ready, Cole. I'm gonna get you up here for some shows up in Portland, man. I promise you. Soon as shit open up and I can get you booked, I'm gonna get you in here on some shows, man. I promise.
I'm ready, man. I'll drive pretty long distances for shows. I've been trying to do that a lot more lately now that everything's opening back up. So yeah, just let me know. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, this has been Journey and Wander. Episode 3, Season 2. Thank you, guys. We'll come at you next week. Please support The Journey. We're on Venmo at BL Comedy. And we are on Cash App at $Big Laugh Comedy. All the proceeds go to comedians and production crew. Keep us alive. Keep us going. Keep the journey going. Keep wandering. Thank you, guys.